Hello, everybody. What a beautiful opportunity to be able to enjoy a day in a manner that I feel ideal for me. As always, today is Friday, and I woke up in the morning normally as I will do, dressed up to drop my princess to school. And as we go to school, normally we do an affirmation where we'll go and affirm about the day. And the affirmation is very simple. This is the day, and then she will complete that the Lord has made. And then I go, I will rejoice, and then she'll add something else. Like she will say, I rejoice and be glad on it. And I say, I rejoice, and then she will say, I'll be respectful about it. I'll be loving to others, and I will follow instructions. So we go through a list of things that she repeated, and my job is just to say, this is the day. And then when she says that the Lord has made, I will rejoice. But it set a tone on how do we want to go about the day. For her, it set a tone on how she want to conduct herself in the day. But for me, who is guiding her, it set a tone of how I view the day. And since it's a routine, it is ingrained in my mind. Repetition is the key in anything in life. So as traditionally, usually I will drop her off. And once I drop her off, I come to the park and do my workout for an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, depending on what kind of a day. But today, as you can see, it's a beautiful day. The ground is full of snow. Yes, I appreciate and respect and give great appreciation to the guys at the park. The parking lot, they have cleaned up the snow. It's nice and clean, as you can see. There is no snow on the park, so I can walk. But of course, they have a limit. They didn't go and clean up the trail, which makes sense because they're not expecting anybody to be running or walking on the park trail or by the lake. But under those circumstances, I can use that as a tool to frustrate myself. I can come here and look at it and say, man, this snow, this weather, this Minnesota, and I can go on and on and on. I can find a laundry list of things that I can borrow from to complain about the day. And in doing so, it set another tone. It's just about setting a tone. Remember, I started the day with setting a tone. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad on it. That's the tone we've set. But the moment I come and see this environment and it becomes a disruptive environment, I can set another tone where I can start complaining about this. And if I take that tone and start complaining about this, guess what? I've taken a different tone, which is going to make my day a little bit different because the snow is going to stay for the day, and if not a day or two at least. So every time I see the snow, that tone I set, it's going to come up and it will frustrate me. And I will keep seeing the snow and my frustration will continue to boil up. But to live intentionally is to set a tone of your kind, of your liking, of your interest. In the morning, like I mentioned, I started a different tone. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad on it. That's the tone I set, me and my princess. So I have to go with that tone. I cannot allow the circumstances to change my tone. Here, the environment is different. The circumstances are different. It's a little bit harsher in a sense that I cannot do what I would have liked to do outside. But it doesn't mean I cannot do it inside. So I will go and do it inside. There's a gym where I live. I can do it in so many ways. So I will do it in a different way. And I'll choose to continue to rejoice. And that's truly a meaning of what we call manifestation. And for those who are Christians, there is a scripture that it says that the word became flesh. A word became flesh is a definition of what manifestation is, meaning that an idea has become a reality. But what we most often confuse is to think that I'm going to change the environment. I'm going to change because I believe that I'm going to be working out. I believe that I'm having a good day. The snow will disappear. It's not necessarily the case. The case is not me changing the environment, but rather me changing my relationship with the environment. That's the key. And when you live intentionally, you're always acting in the interest of your goal. where you are always changing yourself by adapting how you interact with the environment around you. The environment around me is harsh. You can see it. It says something different. But I cannot find courage in the strength to complain about it. It looks beautiful. It is calm. There's nothing more that I can give it this description. It's very beautiful. It's very calming in nature, but it's also cold. But that doesn't change the fact how I choose to see this day. So as you go about this day, I will encourage you to give it a try. If you don't test, if you don't try, you don't know if it works. There are people who will just look at the food and say, eek, oh, that's nasty. I'm like, you haven't even tried. You don't know what it is. How can you call it nasty? How can you give it that icky feeling? So, as I said, give it a try. Make a choice how you want your day to be. And no matter what comes your way, stand your ground, be firm, and walk on that day, seeing that event, seeing that circumstances in a manner that you want to have. And that is truly the magic of manifestation. You have manifested day by experiencing it in a way that you want to experience, not based on what appears to be. Until then, it is cold out here and I'm going in my car. But all the way, I'll be back.